In today's lesson, we're looking at special right triangles. We have been using trig to find missing side lengths of a triangle, but now we're going to look at these special case scenarios when we have a 30, 60, 90 triangle and then a 45, 45, 90 triangle. So for these special case triangles, we don't have to use trig because they have this special pattern. If the side length that corresponds to the 60 degrees is x, then the hypotenuse will be double that side length. And then the side length that is by the 30 degrees will be x times the square root of 3. So this ratio exists for every 30, 60, 90 triangle. And now for the 45, 45, 90, this is an isosceles triangle because they have these two sides are congruent, which means, or these two angles are congruent. It's isosceles, which means these side lengths are also congruent. So if this is x, this is also x. But then the hypotenuse across from the right angle will be x times the square root of 2. So if we recognize that we have a 30-60 triangle or a 45-45 triangle, if I give you one side length, you can use these to find the other side lengths. Okay, so here we have an example. We have a 30-60 triangle, and I give you one of the side lengths, so we have to use these to find the other side lengths. Okay, so here's the 60 degrees. So this side length is x. So I'm just going to make a little note that this is x. And then the 30 degrees, that's your x square root of 3. And then the hypotenuse is your x doubled. So it's super easy when you're given x, because then we just double it here. And then here we just take your x and multiply by the square root of 3. So these are the three side lengths. Okay, let's do another one, but this time we'll do the 45. So we're looking at these up here. So for these, we have the x, this is always the same, and then this is your x times the square root of 2. So if this is 8, this is also 8, and then this is just 8 times the square root of 2. So pretty easy. Okay, let's just do two more examples. So we've got our 30-60, and then it looks like what you have is the hypotenuse. Okay, so find your 60 degrees. This is your x. The hypotenuse is double x, and then where the 30 degrees is x times the square root of 3. Well, if this is double x, so to go backwards, in other words, if 2x equals 24, then just divide by 2, so that this x is 12, and then this would be 12 times the square root of 3. Okay, and our final example, a 45-45 triangle, and you are given the hypotenuse. So for these, the legs are your x, and the hypotenuse is x times the square root of 2. So if we have this, if x times the square root of 2 equals 6, to go backwards, we'd have to divide by the square root of 2. And then you can rationalize the denominator. So 6 square roots of 2 over 2, so that would be 3 square roots of 2. And then these are both the same. So there's your lesson on these two special right triangles. We'll be using them again in a later lesson, but good luck with your lesson.